Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in the she shed and we are getting thrifty. What I mean by that is I have this coffee table and two end tables that I got at the thrift store and we are going to thrift flip them. Somebody had painted them white before. It looks like they were originally brown and then someone painted them a distressed white. We are going to paint them black with some leftover paint that I had from my cabinets to put over in our recording space and over on the couch here in the she shed. If you guys are excited for this video, make sure you give it a big ol' thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss another video. And let's get painting. So for this project, I used the Valspar cabinet and furniture paint in tricorn black with the cabinet foam rollers. I've used these on the previous project to paint my cabinets and they work pretty well. So I'm going to use this again to paint over all of the smooth surfaces on the tables. Taking that foam roller, I just applied a medium pressure over following the grain of the wood. The paint did have some trouble sticking over the white with coverage since I had not sanded before. This paint was advertised as ready to go, no sanding needed, but reflecting back on this, sanding beforehand probably would have saved me some paint in the long run, but I would have lost time sanding. Once I finished rolling the top, I took the foam roller and rolled the sides of the table over the design. It really made that design pop. This is what it looks like with one coat with the paint roller. It did really bring out that design on the edge. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to get into those little cracks with the roller, so I'm gonna need to go back in with the brush. This is just one coat, it's very rough. It kind of only took a little bit, so I'll hit this part with the roller again, but everything else is probably gonna have to be worked out with the brush. So we're gonna go ahead and start second coat on the top and then work on the brush work. this is what it looks like with one coat from the brushwork. It looks heck of a lot better than with just the roller like these guys here. I'm still having some strokes from the bristles showing through, so I'm hoping that with the second coat it looks a lot better. This is the second coat from the roller up here, and it's still not catching everything. Like, it's still poking through over here, so I'll probably go back through and do a third coat on top. And here, these corners where the glass is gonna sit, I've only done one coat with the brush so far, but this is looking a lot better. It's just taking a lot more time and paint that I had thought. I've dirtied like 4 different paintbrushes trying to get in all these cracks, but I'm gonna let this dry and set, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on the end tables. And this, finally, we have the end tables with their first coat from the handheld brush. Get you a good angle there with that detailing there. So they look a lot better. I'm gonna let this first coat dry and come back with the second coat because I'm gonna have to get these spots. The top of it is pretty much dry now, but you can see that it's still not 100% black, so we're gonna come back. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for today and come back tomorrow. Go let all this dry, let it set, and I'm like running really low on paint, so I'm not sure if I should just go ahead and to the store and get more or if I should roll the dice. But I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow after it's all dry and hit it with another coat. Okay, so it's day 2, and I just went ahead with the paint that I had left and went as far as I could painting the side edges of the tables here, and you can pretty much see all of the brush strokes are pretty much gone, and it's fairly well covered. I had a little bit left, so I went ahead on the top of the table here and did another coat. I am gonna have to go back in on these guys here just because the glass tops that are gonna go in will show any spots left over. The coffee table itself is pretty much done. I just need to flip it over and get these parts that are still white because you will be able to see through the glass tops and get those. But I still need to hit the tops of both of those for the white that's showing through, as well as the same thing, flipping them over and getting the inside. But I ran out of paint, so I had to run up to the store and get a new paint, but it was a different store, so now I have this paint instead because they didn't carry the same brand. I'm hoping it'll be fine. It's just a plain old black. It's the same finish. This one, however, is latex paint, so I'm hoping it'll cover just fine. I guess if not, we'll find out and I'll go back to the store and get a different one. I've also chopped off all my hair since last filming. But yeah, I'm gonna open up this second can of paint and hit those 2 end tables and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is what the bottom looks like with just one coat of paint all the way around. You can still see, obviously it's very streaky and uneven. Not super worried about it because it's the bottom, but the top over here is already dry. I am gonna hit it one more time just because the white came through, but it's doing well and the paint matched perfectly. Okay, so now I've got all the tables completely painted. I have 3 coats of paint on the coffee table and 2 coats of paint on the undersides of the end tables. I'm not super worried about covering all the white right now on the end tables just because I know they're not going to be seen very well, and just where I'm putting them in the room and in general. It's also the bottom of the table, so I'm not super worried. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'll come back, flip them over, do any touch-ups, and put it all together. There we go, we're done. I've got all 3 tables done, completed, perfectly painted. I think they look pretty good considering all I did was just add some paint. Unfortunately, we did break one of the glass panels when we were moving everything around, so I do need to get one of those fixed, but overall they look pretty good. There are a few dents and scratches, but honestly, what do you expect when you thrift a piece of furniture? I think they look pretty good considering they did have some leftover of the white paint on the glass. I don't know if whoever painted it before didn't take the glass out or put the glass in before the paint was dry, but I was able to get that off really easy with a putty knife. You could also use like a razor blade or something like that, but it came off pretty easy. Cleaned them up with some glass cleaner and they look pretty brand new. Overall, I'm happy with it. It helps complete the space and I now have a new area to film in. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss another video. Until next time, bye!